Hi and welcome to the Mum Boss Method podcast. I am Chrissy. I am the Mum Boss and I'm here today to talk to you about holidays and weight loss. But before I start, I need to tell you that you might hear the dog panting in the background because we have just come in from a walk and I've given it 20 minutes for him to cool down and calm down, but apparently not. No, there he goes. Can you hear it? Brilliant. So it's the Mum Boss Method podcast with me and a very panty Henry. I apologise for that. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about holidays. It is the season. Everyone is planning their holidays and they've either been thinking about how they're going to be in shape on holiday, or if you have been losing weight and you have been on this journey already, you're probably thinking, how am I going to maintain my progress whilst I'm on holiday? What if I completely ruin everything I've done and undo all of my good work on my 1 week, 10-day, 2-week holiday, however long it is? And so I thought it would be really helpful for me to share my insights, how I approach my holidays and how I help my clients to approach their holidays as well, and share with you the most successful way that they do it. So there are 3 ways that you can look at this. Okay, you can hit the big red button, the one that begins with an F, and you can say to yourself, I've worked hard for this, I'm going to enjoy it, I'm going to do whatever I want for these 7 days, 14 days, whatever. I'm going to eat what I like, I'm going to drink what I like, and I'm going to stay horizontal on that sun lounger for the whole time. And that's your prerogative, absolutely. You could say, I'm staying completely on track, I'm going to track all of my food, I'm going to stay in my calorie deficit, I'm going to do 3 workouts a week while I'm away. Or you could say, okay, I'm going to enjoy this without moving too far backwards. I'm going to enjoy my choices and make the choices that I want to, but I'm going to do that consciously. And I am going to make sure that I also incorporate some of my healthy habits into this holiday. And I want you to take a second now to guess which one I'm going to say is the approach that I take and I encourage to take most of my clients to take. Yes, it's number 2, because let me tell you why it's number 2. Absolutely it is your prerogative. It's actually number 3, not number 2. Number 3, which is a balance of the 2. So I'm going to enjoy it without moving too far backwards. The point is that you are working to change your lifestyle. This isn't a diet for 6 weeks. This isn't, that makes this just no different from any other fad diet that you've done. If you've just gone to shed a load of weight to get to your holiday and then you're going to go back to your regular eating habits and all of your regular lifestyle afterwards, then you're just going to end up in the same position either at Christmas or next summer holiday. When people work with me, when women work with me, the point is that I am helping them to create a lifestyle that they can maintain for the rest of their lives. And I'm hoping you're going to go on lots and lots of holidays for the rest of your life. So if you don't want to constantly go on holiday and undo all of your good work, it's about learning how to do this whilst being on holiday. So like I said, none of those 3 decisions, none of them are right or wrong. It's your decision, and it's your decision to make consciously without guilt, but also to accept the consequences of that. If you just want to hit the big red button and go for your life, and you know what, sometimes that's the right thing to do. I went to Vegas and New York last year, and that was my approach. I just wanted to enjoy my 7 days in 2 places I knew I wasn't going back to anytime soon, but I needed to accept the consequences. If you want to go on holiday and stay completely on track, then you can't look at everyone else and make them feel guilty for eating ice cream and drinking wine. So, like I say, if you go with option one, the result is likely to be that you're going to gain weight. It does depend on the type of holiday. If you go with option two, which is going to be, I'm staying on track, I'm going to track everything, I'm just going to treat it like a normal day, it could likely reduce some of the enjoyment of the holiday for you. So I recommend somewhere in the middle, okay? So let's talk about what that looks like. Firstly, it's really important to accept and understand that you are likely to gain some weight whilst you're on holiday. Because you're going to be eating differently, you're going to be likely to be moving differently. You might be eating more volume of food. The food might be richer, it might be saltier, there may be alcohol involved. You're likely going to have some kind of dehydration. So you will come back from that holiday, and the day after you get back, you are likely to weigh more on the scales. This is normal, okay? It's completely normal. Like I said, depending on the destination and the type of holiday, you're likely to come back weighing more. It does not mean it's all body fat, right? It's just those things that cause the scale weight to spike. But depending on your destination and the holiday type, you may have gained a little bit of body fat. So what I would like you to think about is the following things that I've put together, and they're the things that help my clients and help me when it comes to holidays, okay? So number one is try to get some movement in every day. So whether it's a walk or a gym session, not everywhere you're going is going to have a gym. I went to Mallorca recently and there was a very small hotel gym, which was great. We did 2 sessions. You could do a swim. Commit to doing one thing daily. And it doesn't have to be, if there is a gym, it doesn't have to be an hour's gym workout. In Mallorca, our hotel gym, like I said, it was really, really basic. We were there for 4 nights and we did 2 30-minute sessions. That was more than enough for us. The gym didn't have very good air conditioning. 30 minutes, we were done. That was enough. But we were walking around everywhere. So in that 4-night break, we got our steps daily, easily. And that wasn't really a problem. When I go to France at the end of the summer, it might be a bit different. We don't tend to walk around as much because we go with my mother-in-law and that's not as easy for her. But I will commit to doing something, whether it's a short workout every other day or going for a 30-minute walk before it gets too hot. I will do something. So I encourage you to do the same. Get some movement in. Okay. Number 2, and these aren't in any specific order, by the way. They are just the order that I wrote them down in. Drink plenty of water, especially if you're in a hotter country. You're out of your routine. You maybe don't have your regular water bottle with you. You're maybe drinking more alcohol. It's so easy not to drink water. A lot of my clients say that they drink less water at the weekend as it is because it's a different routine. So it's so much easier when you're on holiday to get dehydrated. So make sure that you drink plenty of water. Okay, third thing, keep protein, fruit and vegetables front of your mind. So even when you're indulging, even when you've decided at that buffet or, right, this is the big night out, keep those things front of mind. Pick your meals based on the fact that you know what the protein's going to be and maybe add some fruit or veg in there. Then you've got those basics covered. You know you're getting in your micronutrients from the fruit and veg, and you know that you're going to be satiated from the protein. Okay, next, number 4, keep some structure in to at least 2 of your meals. Okay, I tend to do breakfast and lunch, so I tend to have the same breakfast every day at home, and I tend to do the same when I'm in France. So often in France there's bread and cheese and croissants out all the time, okay, and breakfast tends to be those things. But I don't want to get sick of bread and cheese and croissants by the end of my 2-week holiday. I want to have them a couple of times and enjoy them. So I stick to my yogurt and fruit. That's what I enjoy for breakfast. That's what I have at home. And if I want to add a croissant to that one of the days, or, some bread and cheese, then I will. But most days I stick to that. And then at lunch, I stick to loads of salad, which we always have anyway. Loads of salads and protein most lunch times. And then I tend to indulge more in the evening. So I might have a couple of glasses of wine if we go out for dinner, or if we're having a barbecue in, or maybe have a dessert or an ice cream on our way back. Okay. If you drink alcohol, so this is point number 5, if you drink alcohol, the water point that I mentioned is even more important. Okay, so alcohol does feature in lots of people's holidays. No judgment here, it features in most of our holidays, but I've definitely changed my approach to it, mainly because of how alcohol makes me feel. So personally, alcohol really affects my sleep, and it also gives me anxiety, and I don't want to come back from my holiday feeling more tired than before I went. So again, using my most recent holiday, I went to Mallorca and I chose to have only 1 or 2 drinks most evenings, and maybe one with lunch, but not always. And I tended to prefer those lunchtime or afternoon drinks than too many drinks in the evening, because it affects my sleep so badly. Now, on the night that we did go out, like out, I didn't sleep, and I felt anxious all the next day. And so I knew that next day I wasn't going to drink. So my advice here is, remember that your alcohol, that your drinks contain calories. So be mindful with your alcohol consumption if you want to make your choices consciously and you want to come back not feeling awful. It's really easy to, in some places to drink loads of cocktails. They're often full of lots of juices and syrups and stuff, so they're often full of calories. So if you want to choose your drinks really consciously, maybe just having one cocktail is the way forward. Beers and wines, they tend to be quite high in calories as well. Your best bet is to stick to clear spirits and diet mixers, because that way you're going to keep the calories low, but keep that water in. Now, as I said, no judgment at all. If you choose to drink on your holiday, that is absolutely up to you. I know that my experience with alcohol is not the same as everyone else's, but what I say to my clients is, choose it consciously. Who wants to be hungover sitting on the beach or by the pool the next day? Who wants to be hungover in that heat? If you've got kids that you need to look after, who wants to entertain the kids whilst you're hungover? If you're fine with that, then that's great. But remember to make those decisions consciously. Okay, point number 6. Remember, the healthy habits you're building are what will get you to your goals and help you to maintain them long term, just like I said at the beginning. Now, actually, holidays are a great time to practice balance and moderation, because no matter what your influencer says that's trying to sell you skinny coffee, if that's still a thing, in order to maintain a healthy weight and be healthy and be confident and comfortable and be in the body that you want to be in, you can't have it all. You can't. That's just not going to happen. So practicing balance and moderation is really helpful, and I personally love it when clients come and work with me just before they're going on holiday. Actually, what happens if we go on holiday and we hit the button and we just go hell for leather for 2 weeks, then we come back and we go back into massive restriction, and then we drop off of the diet again, and then 4 weeks before we're going on our next holiday we go into massive restriction. That is our on again, off again mentality, and that is what I'm trying to help you move away from. And then I really want to kind of end this by helping you to really think about the big picture here. Okay, so what you choose to do ultimately will depend on the experience that you want to have and how you want to feel and the values that are most important to you. So like I said, last year we went to New York and Vegas for my belated 40th birthday. It was rolled over by 2 years for COVID. And I knew that that was going to be a no holding back holiday, because I'm not going to go there for a good few years. It was indulgent. I ate what I want. I drank what I want. And I came back a good few pounds heavier. But I knew that, and I accepted that. I accepted that that's what it was going to be like. Now, as I said, we go to France most years, and I'm going in 3 weeks' time, and I don't want to feel uncomfortable in my clothes. We're going in 3 weeks' time for a total of about 2.5 weeks. I don't want to get to day 7 and feel uncomfortable in my bikini or uncomfortable in pictures. I want to still enjoy myself whilst still feeling really comfortable. So I will, like I said, apply that structure to my breakfast and my lunch. I won't drink to excess every day, and I will make sure I get my protein, my fruit and veggies in, and I will move most days, because I want to come back feeling like I've had a holiday, not come back feeling like I have to go back to the grindstone of getting back into that routine. So this really is about what's most important to you. Is it going out and eating everything and drinking everything in sight? If that's what's most important to you, brilliant, do that. If it's about spending time with the people that you love, then, and having those experiences and making memories, then how much is the food and drink part of that? And that's really for you to decide. That's not for me to tell you what's right or wrong. So I hope that's helped you. Those kind of 7 points there are how I help my clients to make the most of their holidays and without coming back completely sluggish and feeling rubbish. So I really hope you have an amazing holiday. If you enjoyed this podcast and you found it useful, please share it with someone and on social media and leave me a review. And if you want to talk to me about coaching and how I can help you to lose weight, to become the fittest, happiest, healthiest version of you, then check the links in the show notes, or come and find me on Instagram at the Mum Boss Method, or themumbossmethod.com, where you can get in touch. Have an awesome week. Have an awesome holiday if you're about to go off on one, and I will speak to you next week. Bye.